What's up, F3 Nation? You're watching The Circle of Trust. I'm Brian Jodas, 42. Hello, Kitty.
And I'm Jamie Roseborough, 40. Repeato. And this is The Circle of Trust.
From the worldwide studios of F3 Nation.
I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
This is The Circle of Trust, connecting the men of F3 Nation through fitness, fellowship, and faith.
Andrew Maggio, 35, Wirebiter.
Mike Kirkhouse, 35, Saganaki.
Peter Ranky, 63, Bambi. Jim Chicola, 47, half day.
The Circle of Trust starts right now.
Shut up and sit down.
Back once again for another episode of the F3 Circle of Trust. You got Hello Kitty and Repeato. What's up and a good day? And it's a change of venue for your boy today. It's a little frazzled. Got a lot of life coming at you. Oh,
Look,
look at the beast.
He's already in. Look, you're surviving and adapting your surroundings. My microphone is not cooperating. So you know what? We're just going to keep going with it.
You sound as crisp as a fresh Gala apple on an October afternoon in Western North Carolina, Bo.
Gala?
Yeah.
Not Honeycrisp?
Honeycrisp, Gala.
Pink lady?
But love the red iconic apple ain't the crispiest in the joint. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm a sweet guy.
You're a sweet guy. I had him. He froze. Look at his face. Look how good he looks. Look at that face, you guys. Just leave it there. Just stay in the moment. Just stay in the moment. My youngest, my beautiful 8-year-old, mom's traveling for some work, came down with a little something at school today. Pop had to go get her. So we got her. We got her some Chick-fil-A in her belly. We got her resting a little bit. She's feeling better. But YHC, your humble correspondent, had to move to the home turf. So we're out of what we call the nest, where we traditionally host this show, delivering the news of F3 Nation, united through fitness, fellowship, and faith. And we're doing it Casa de Kitty. So thus my different surroundings for today. But you know what? It wasn't but a few weeks ago. You guys saw the man, the myth, the legend, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Red Baron from right in this very exact seat. So good to see you, man, tuning in. Vance, are you with me?
Well, you talk crap about your microphone, and then like there's a surge, and the whole house goes dark for 12 seconds.
Oh no! No.
The big man is testing your boy today, and I'm here for it. You know what? I'm here for it. It's live television.
All
so here we are.
Abundance, and yet you still question, but you're back. So your whole house just surged up.
Yeah, it's the gorgeous, clear, cloudless day.
No wind.
And everything was just black for 10 seconds.
Well, you'll have to go back and watch the replay of this because, you can tune in on NGBN TV. We're so grateful you're watching us live there on the F3 Facebook and YouTube. We had a beautiful freeze frame of your face that was just one for the ages.
How was it a great one? Was it?
I'll tell you what, because I can see Max behind the scenes. Max peed pants, was laughing so hard. So it's just, this is the way it goes. All right, let's do this. For those of you watching us across all the different platforms, you too can be part of this amazing show with us live. We've got actually a friend of the show waiting in the wings we'll talk to in this block about some really important news. But if you go to ngbn.tv, and remember, you can download the NGBN app on Roku, Amazon Fire, Google connected devices, Android devices, with more coming in the days and weeks ahead. But you go to ngbn.tv, you go to channels, you hit on Circle of Trust, you see a little red button that says join us live, join live. That's how you can be on the show with us. We already saw guys chiming in from the social media accounts, which is bar none one of my new favorite features of this live weekly show that we do now across the airwaves. And so that's what we're doing, man.
Yeah, man. It's awesome. It never ceases to amaze me. Like, we had to move the show a little bit last week to adjust to some schedules and travel and all that kind of stuff. And we're trying to stay locked in here at Tuesdays at 2 Eastern, or what is it? Thursday at 2 Eastern. But we've got folks being able to flex their days and their schedules and get in that green room and come be a part of the show. So it's awesome.
Love you guys. It's amazing. Hey, let's thank two amazing sponsors for being a part of this program with us. every single week. Our friends at Mud Gear doing amazing things for you men of F3. As you know, they've been outfitting you in gear for years, and they've got that new Speed Ruck, which both Jamie and I, Rapido and I, both own and love. But you can also go get deals off of their regular Mud Gear stuff, and they make, I'm telling you guys, the best socks in the business. Great shorts, great shirts, a lot of great apparel. Go to mudgear.com. Mudgear.com. Use the code COT. Malco and those guys hooking you with 15% off. Grateful for their support. And our amazing friends at Momentous. Live Momentous. They are equipping you men to be the best version of yourself. And these guys are locked in on what we're doing in NGBN. They're sponsoring a couple shows, ours included. So we're really grateful for that. The code there is Brian J to save some money. And dude, the magnesium before bed, all the supplements you need. They got creatine, whey protein. They got hormone offerings that have been awesome. So go check them out. LiveMomentous.com, code Brian J. And as you know, Vance, that's just scratching the surface. You out there watching today for your brand, organization, company, whatever, be a part of what we're doing here. We're going out to thousands a week on this just one show, and you can be a part of it. So email us, cot@f3nation.com, and you're going to see some commercial blocks coming up. You see what we just did, giving love to those great companies that support us. Come be a part of what we're doing here, because here's what you're going to help us do. You're going to help us spread this thing of F3 to more men, and then you will tangentially help us save men's lives by getting men into the gloom, right? We then convert them from sad clown to high impact men. And then based on the partnerships that we're developing even further, guys, we've got big things going on. So come be a part of this with us. Join the show, join these airwaves, and do that. Bangkok checking in from Rubicon as well. I love the sound off. I love this, right?
Yeah.
I'm so proud to say where they're from. They also are proud to say what they've been a part of. What's up? What? Jordan Carpenter, you rascal.
What is Gus doing these days? He moved down south, right? Didn't he move to
moved up north? He was south.
Well, he was what?
If he's comfortable with disclosing his location across the chat machine,
I want to say they went to Alabama.
Give us an update. I don't know, brother.
Or Mississippi, Georgia.
I don't know. Well, let's see if we can find out as you speculate. Hey, you know it's really cool. We got a big guest coming up here in just a matter of moments.
Yep.
Before that, the boys in, I'm going to have you pronounce this. I'm going to spell the name of the town in North Carolina, but I'd like for Jamie Vance Roseborough to pronounce it. Wilson.
Wilson.
Clearly, it's Wilson with a T. If you didn't know that. and why per se, it doesn't matter why it's Wilson.
Well, that's because the T in Clinton left and went to Wilson.
Boom. So the boys in F3 Wilson, just east of where we're at, right? We're in central North Carolina, just outside of Raleigh. You got where we're at in Carpex. You got Raleigh. Then you got this emerging and growing eastern wake headed towards Johnston County, Wayne County, contingent F3. There's a lot of growth happening over there over the last year or so. And the boys from Wilson have a CSOP coming up. And our man, Captain Planet, he's our hero, going to bring pollution down to zero, was kind enough to send us a video about
our powers combined.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Earth, wind, fire, heart. There's one more, right? Earth, wind, fire, water.
Water.
Wow, that was a show, wasn't it, bro?
Well, we could spend a whole week of shows on how bad TV is now compared to when we had it growing up.
Bring me back some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, some Captain Planet, and a little Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. I bet the world gets fixed tomorrow.
Yes, that's a pretty solid lineup off the top of your head there. Yeah. But even going back further to like Salute Your Shorts and Hey Dude, like just classic.
Amp on water, we hold you in our heart.
Pete and Pete. I mean,
hey dude, look how popular cacti.
Kids don't know it these
days.
Kids
don't know. They don't know. But all the old men of F3 that are watching are like, take me back to a Pizza Hut, please, like a proper Pizza Hut.
Yeah, those exist in certain places. We should do a pilgrimage to go get the red cups, the salad bar. The entire kale industry before kale was built upon fluffing around Pizza Hut salad bars.
Totally. You get
Nobody was eating kale in the 90s, and we were doing just fine.
We were doing just fine. All right. Anyways, that's a long way of saying, hey, Captain Planet, take it away. Tell us what's going on in Wilson.
Men of F3, this is Traeger from F3 Wilson. I wanted to remind you guys about our spring CSOP event coming up on May 18th called The Titan. This event is run as a 4-man team, but don't worry if you haven't got 3 other men to join you. Just sign up and we'll assign you to a team with other single registrants. We wanted to try something a little different this year, so we put together a 10-plus mile, 5-event race with the winning team walking away with bragging rights and an awesome Titan Metal Art shovel flag topper. Our 5 events are named after Titans, starting with Creus, the first event, who is the Titan god of constellations. Your team will have to be the first to correctly ID a constellation shown to you. If successful, your official time will start and you will be allowed to start the race. If unsuccessful, your time will start. However, you'll be escorted to our pain pit until you're called back again to ID a constellation against another team. A successful team will be able to ID the constellations from among the following: Orion, Cassiopeia, Ursa Major, Andromeda, Gemini, and Perseus. Pull out your astrology books and get to studying. We'll drop another prep video in a couple of weeks describing the other events. Have a great week, and we look forward to hosting your teams on May 18th.
Thought number 1, clearly that guy doesn't know his own F3 name.
No, he has no idea who he is.
All right. I just went back and looked at the archives. Max sent me a note. Planet posted that in my defense.
Oh.
Planet posted it. We got the video from our guy, Traeger.
Traeger.
I also want to know who was making a smoothie in the background.
I thought somebody was grinding their own beans. I'm looking. I took my headphones off. Like, what is that? Me? Where is that coming from?
Another surge. I thought maybe that was another surge, a power surge. Yeah, that sounds incredible. I do. You know, what
also,
I love the.
He's a decorated individual. Did you see the amount of medals hanging on the wall?
Tons of ribbons. He's done a lot with his time.
Yeah.
I did love the. I love the prop. I'm thinking maybe that's a part of a shovel flag or something.
He said shovel flag topper is like for the winner or something.
Outstanding. So good. They're putting a lot in. Not just a grueling CSOP physically, but dude, you're gonna have to put some work in on that one.
Yeah,
so,
you need brains sometimes.
I like what they have going on. Okay, let's give out a T-clap before we bring in our first guest of the show. And the guys from Charlottesville, Virginia deserve a massive shout out for this. You have 3 men are probably familiar with the Speed for Need, right? Program that's really started in Charlotte, but it's been able to spread its way across. Well, check out what the guys in Charlottesville, Virginia were doing this past weekend. They had some Speed for Need wagons ready to go, taking those kids with either special needs or disabilities out for a run. I think we got a picture of it so we can show you what it looks like. There we go. So, right, they got they got the wheels, right? They got all the packs back there. They got 2 kids in those things. Look, weather doesn't look like it's optimal for the fellas. What I love most about this is obviously just the pure joy that it brings to kids that get to be a part of it. It's the greatest. This is the greatest marketing thing you guys can do, guys, to give this thing away, right? To show up and just pour into kids like this at an event. Mm-hmm. And then what I love is one guy's pushing, but there's like 6 other F3 guys around him, right? Yeah. Grab the wagon from him when he needs a break, and then also just give him encouragement because those things aren't light to push. So
well, also the symbolism there of you're not doing things by yourself, right? There's no yo in there. So a lot of GT 45 alums popping in.
The boys 45 on fire, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they just they coalesced. What was the one that just happened? I don't remember the number. The one that just happened in Folsom. Was that 45 or was 45.
That? I feel like that's why they're so excited about it. I can't keep track of all the numbers.
I was chin deep in it a year and a half ago, and the numbers now they mean nothing to me.
What do you say we bring our guest in? Huh? What do you think?
I don't know. Is he ready?
He looks ready.
Has he ever been on television before?
Has our special guest today ever been on an official F3 show? I think it's been the other way around because we're going to bring in the CEO and founder of this beautiful thing called NGBN TV. It's our man, Ian Hill. What's up, my brother?
Hey boys, how are you?
What's up, man?
You know what? I have been on this show. Thank you so much for remembering that I've been on this literal, physical, actual Circle of Trust show. It's awesome. So what a great welcome. Maybe you have no idea that I actually have been on the show. So that's awesome.
Listen, when you are Media Goliath, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
When you are churning
Just
out.
dig it. Just dig it, bro. Way to dig.
Do you remember the show Captain Planet?
Absolutely not. And I just want you guys to know, as you were rattling off all these things, I realized that I'm 10 years or so older than you guys. And I was like, what the F are they talking about? Like, I've never heard of the shows. And that's because I'm just older than you.
Okay. Natron Means. Underrated, overrated, properly rated.
Never heard of him.
What? He's from
You
Carter.
know what? I thought you guys were, and only men of my generation. Some of you guys out there are my generation. I'm 58. So I thought you guys were talking about the Wonder Twins.
Oh, Wonder Twins Power Activate. See,
Power Activate.
I
Water,
have no idea
fire,
what
right? Jamie, did you just say you have no idea who Wonder Twins are?
Not Wonder Twins. No, that's a new one.
He's just sniffing this side of 40, so he barely knows.
Yeah, I mean, you're how old? You're 40?
I just turned 40 last year. Yes.
So like when I was graduating from high school, you were a twinkle in your parents' eye. So there you go.
Likely. Still am, by the way. They're big fans.
Probably buying alcohol back then at 18, Hill. I don't know what the restrictions were like.
Hey, man.
All right, listen, man. We're having some fun, but we do have something really serious to talk about. And the reason why we asked you to join us today for the second time ever on this program, which is amazing, is obviously we're, a couple months into this incredible partnership between F3 and NGBN. And let me just set the stage for a little bit about what we're going to talk about today, because when we talk about NGBN, the television network, streaming TV network for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, on a mission to educate, entertain, inspire, celebrate, and support men to quite literally save men's lives, people always say, well, how are you going to do that? And we say, well, here's what we do. Three things. We're going to create a streaming TV network that does those things, create content for men, right? Gives them a place to be. We're going to help them surround themselves to build community, thus the partnership with F3 and like-minded groups like ours, to give guys a place to go to, because we would be doing malpractice of these men if we gave them a place to watch content, but then had nowhere for them to go, right? Hey, man, I need a group. And number three, we're going to equip them. We're going to train them and equip them to save another man's life. All right, so we're here to talk about specifically number three with this sort of watershed event on April the 6th called Equip Ourselves to Save a Life, a pair of 2-hour, 100% free training sessions for people across the globe. But for today, we're talking to you F3 men about getting engaged. You go to ngbn.tv/save-a-life to see and register. But we're bringing in a top expert who ran this kind of program for the United States Army. He's going to give you men 2 hours of this top-notch training. And like we said last week when explaining it, I know that F3 men across the world have partaken in CPR training courses together. This is the same thing, but for CPR for suicide prevention, to help another man or person really in the breach, stepped into harm's way. So Ian, what's really incredible is we are rallying support behind that. We have a lofty goal of training 100,000 people that weekend. And people said, boy, how are you going to get to 100,000? Well, news out this week about a marquee partner that's going to help us get there. So tell us a little bit more about where we're at and bringing in CARF and just how huge that's going to be for us.
Sure. First of all, the partnership with F3 really makes what we're doing at NGBN legitimate. You can go to our website right now, as you both know, and right in the middle of the website, it says connect with men in my area.
Yep.
And so any of our hundreds of thousands a week viewers can go, they can click on that F3 map, and they can come and hang out with F3 members tomorrow morning, which is fantastic. Imagine being a man who's alone, needs brotherhood, needs to, as you guys talk about, be a part of a circle of trust. They can do that tomorrow morning. Well, that's really, really cool. But good-hearted, well-meaning people screw things up all the time. So we knew if we were going to truly make an impact and reduce the suicide rate amongst middle-aged men, who are 70% more likely to succumb to suicide, that we needed to equip people and equip them with the tools of what to look for and what to listen for, what to say and what to do if someone in their home, in their neighborhood, a coworker, a friend, is having a life-threatening mental health crisis. The number one way to reduce suicide is equip regular people with the tools that they need to step in the breach till professionals can get involved. So this training, as you point out, this training is about equipping regular people. Just like back in the day was us all learning CPR, as you mentioned, we now will all be equipped. It's free. It's 2 hours of your day to save a life. And here's the thing. I'm going to be very honest, because I know that the men of F3 are plain talkers. They're straight talkers. Every F3 group gathering should have at least one man equipped in this kind of CPR. It's just too prevalent today. Too many of our fathers, too many of our sons, too many of our brothers, our uncles, our nephews, our neighbors, and our friends are taking their own life. The way that we're going to stop it is not going to be some government program. It's not going to be somebody from far, far away. It's going to be us in our neighborhoods. It's going to be us in our workplaces, us in our own families. So take 2 hours and get equipped. And I'm counting on the men of F3. So plain talk, we don't have enough F3 people signed up, plain talk. Not with the number of F3 people that there are and the number of registrations represented, it's incongruent. It's incongruent, just being very honest. So I know the men of F3 are men of high character. I know the men of F3 are men of action. I know the men of F3 are community leaders. So shout out to the good people of the F3 in Charlotte that are doing a watch party. Thank you so much for doing that. But let's rally. You know, I'm calling on our partners of F3, men of high character, men of distinction. Step up, take 2 hours after your workout on a Saturday, April 6th, take 2 hours, get equipped, save a life.
Yeah, absolutely critical. I mean, look, brother, Rapido and I have been to that memorial service within the last few years. Our own guy here. We've been there. What's it worth, guys? What's it worth to stop one more guy from doing that? And you take this training on April the 6th, you are the spark that will start a wildfire of support. On April 7th, hear me, on April 7th, a life will be saved.
100%.
It can't not be. It can't not be. And so, guys, it's time to, okay, we got a lot going on. We're in the mental battle month for March. We're going to rally around the mental battle workout at the end of the month. Boom. Dovetail that right into this. So if you're watching this today, if you're watching us on demand, if you're watching us live today, Friday morning, tomorrow morning, in your circle of trust, after your workout in the gloom, hey guys, did you hear about the Equip Ourselves to Save a Life event? F3 is part of it. We all got to rally and get to it. NGBN TV/Save a Life. Check with Hello Kitty, get whatever, right? Ping me, whatever you need. You know where to find us, right? Get the information. Let's get these guys rallied up. We have to be able to do this. You guys need
There's no better organization in North America and beyond doing what F3 is doing.
Right.
That's why we sought out a partnership with F3 starting as long as 3 years ago. You're the best in class. You set the pace. You are men of distinction. You are community leaders. So calling you to action. Let's get equipped and imagine, can you just imagine, gents, 100,000 people cascading across North America on April 7th? You're right, Brian. We literally will start saving lives on April 7th.
Yep.
That's the simplicity of this exercise. It's free. And then finally, watch parties. We want to be able to do a March Madness spin around the country, popping into watch parties. I mean, getting you some highlight, getting you some shout outs and those kind of things. We want hundreds of watch parties. So I know the kind of men that are involved in F3. They are men of high character. And as I said, men of distinction. Lead the way in your community. Join this thing and get those people around you to join as well. And let's just strike a blow for good. Regular people striking a blow for good and saving a life.
Outstanding. Brother, we got to get to a break. It's been amazing to talk to you about this. We'll see you down the road. We'll have you back on soon again. It'll be his third time. Hey, pull this question back up. Reggie Bradshaw I just saw. Because one thing we take for granted is, hey, it's a bunch of F3 guys that are watching us. Reggie, maybe you're tuning in for the first time, right? Maybe you stumbled across this broadcast and see what we're doing. F3 is a men's leadership organization dedicated to fitness, fellowship, and faith. We're across the globe, men that meet daily to work out together, right? To serve their communities together, and then to just build and accelerate male community leadership. That's what we're all about. So thanks for tuning in, man. If it's your first time, and go to f3nation.com, find a workout near you, get plugged in, and go from there.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's worth saying again, like this epidemic is all around us. You and I have, like you said, have experienced it somewhat personally, local to home. I'm sure lots of viewers have as well. And it's like, if you're not intentional about training, or you're not intentional about what to listen for, what to see, what to observe, how would you ever know? How would you ever know? And so it's a couple hours on a Saturday that could impact generations.
Yep. All right, quick break before we go. Here's what's coming up in the next block. So a really cool article, all right, out of a blog called One Day Better. We're going to share a little bit about that. New marketing strategy out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and what the him from Kenya are up to. But let's take a quick break.
The 5 core principles of S.2 are that it's free, it's open to all men, it's held outdoors rain or shine, peer-led in a rotating fashion, and always ends in a circle of trust.
In the world of outdoor sports, there's no escaping the elements. Every step you take defines your journey, and every step you take is one closer to your goal. Introducing the Mudgear Speed Ruck. Lace up the Mudgear Speed Ruck to tackle the toughest obstacles, from the trail to the road to all terrains in between.
I cover a lot of miles, and the right shoe could be a game changer. For me, the Mudgear Speed Ruck is that game changer.
The Mudgear Speed Ruck offers unbeatable traction, durability for all elements, and unparalleled support for your ankles. All by partnering with the top trail running shoe designers on the planet. Made tougher and ready for anything. This is the Mudgear Speed Ruck. Available now from Mudgear. Gear for the modern hybrid athlete. Made tougher.
Are you a modern hybrid athlete?
I like to think so. I don't feel like it every day, quite frankly, but some days I feel I do. So sign me up. Got the shoes, bro. Got them.
I wore them this week. I wore them to Claymore the other day.
Love them. Oh, man, you're back. You're watching the Circle of Trust show. We got to do. It was a great block off the top, talking with Ian Hill of NGBN TV about this big effort we've got coming up on April the 6th to equip ourselves to save a life. Go to NGBN TV Save a Life. I think we're going to try to bring Bangkok in here, who commented earlier, who also is waiting in the green room. I don't see him now, though, so he might be gone. So we'll wait a second until we see him pop back on. And when we do that, we can always take him from there. There he is. Let's bring him in. Bangkok, what up, bro? Oh, man, we're close.
Get your mic on. No audio. No audio.
That's all right. Yep, got him on mute. No problem. We'll give it the Buddy the Elf treatment. You know what I mean? The old BTE treatment. Let's do this first. Before that, so we saw Kenya pop in early in the show, right? Give us a little Facebook comment, as they're apt to do. Look at this Facebook post. I saw them in Kenya. We'll show you a picture of this because I just yanked it right off their Facebook page. This is pretty incredible. These guys giving back to their local community. I mean, does this not warm your heart, man?
It's incredible to think the reach,
right?
Like the global impact reach of where we are as an organization that's just on the other side of being 10 years old, right? What, 12?
Yeah.
Going on 13 years old.
Look, our man says, I look at myself in 3 categories. I'm third, just like Dave Redding Dread. And then he talks about Dolphin Daffodil. So he's dialed in on the D2X.
That's amazing.
Right? And then just above that, just helping the less fortunate and then removing the sad clown of me. It is, isn't it wild, dude? It's wild to me to think we sit here in our little cut of the earth.
Yeah.
And that guy thousands of miles away is wearing that same F3 logo, serving his community. It's surreal sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, we take for granted wearing that logo on our chest. We got stickers on the truck, right? We got stickers on the coolers and wherever else we go. And then all of a sudden, in some of the most remote places in the world,
I know
there's that logo.
It's outstanding.
Just doing work.
Yeah, really good. All right, we're told that the man is audible. Hey, brother.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. Where are you dialing in from? Rubicon.
I'm from Auburn, California, from the great region of Rubicon.
Okay. What's going on out there?
We just finished sending a bunch of our guys down to South Fork this week for GTE 45.
Yeah.
Anaconda and Linus put us through a grueling night. It was awesome. A lot of acceleration.
Yeah, I was going to say, how was it? First of all, Navy man.
Yes, sir.
Navy man on deck there, Roseboro.
I see him back there in his dress whites.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I was going to shorten your name up to KOK, but I'm not going to do that. First time going under the log. Where was this experience for you? First time? Have you done
Second
one
time.
before?
Second time.
All right. So how does this one stack up? Similarities, differences? How have you seen them shake out?
So totally got the idea. First time you do it for yourself. The second time you do it for your brothers. So after the first time, one and done. I'll never do it again. A couple years later, we got some new guys in the region. A couple of my best friends, Spoonie and Billy Goat, had joined and wanted to do it. And then we had a bunch of guys from our region that wanted to go down there. They're about a half hour, 45 minutes away from us. And I was like, I got to go do it with these guys. I got to be under the log. My brother 88 and Captain and these guys who are veterans of the whole process too, we all geared up together and went down there and just had a great time. I have a really, really awesome story from the GTE though.
We're all ears and headphones at this point.
So we find out that this guy from Anaheim, never been to an F3 workout before, found the event online somehow, signed up for it, went out and bought a ruck, drove up from Anaheim. The King Builder, he gets his F3 name in the morning.
Okay.
And then goes all night under the log with us.
So I've heard of FNGs being brought to the weekend, but being brought, there's a difference of even just to blindly show up. What do you guys name him?
We name him Hung Low. He brought a big pair and worked. He did. He showed up in some Spartan gear. And you know what? This guy worked all night, the best attitude, and he stood up. He stood up when we were naming him, just says, I just want to be a better man. And I found, this guy, I hope he sticks with it. There's a great group down in Anaheim with Robocall and those guys down there. So I hope he sticks with it. This guy, it was great. Great.
Wow.
Sounds like some divine intervention there to me.
Yeah.
Sounds a little bit like that. Dude, that's not a piece of the weekend. So I, checked in on a few of the live streams, went back and watched a little bit. I had missed that piece of information. I'm so glad you dialed in live and joining us here live on the air. Wow, to tell that story to us. I mean, what a highlight, man, to be a part of something like that, to see a guy like that. That's what I love about these events. And if you're new to F3 and you're like, what are these guys talking about? Grow Ruck training exercise. It's a night long, right? Full day long. Really F3 on steroids, accelerating high impact man training. King Builder in the morning, some schooling to put it in your head, and then a long overnight ruck movement to put it on your heart, right? Turn head knowledge into heart knowledge. It is the premier sort of F3 thing that we do outside of your local CSOPs. And to hear that a guy finds it and then comes sort of blind to the party is, I don't know that style has happened before. Guys have come and done it as their very first thing, but somebody's bringing them. It's pretty incredible, man.
There's a unique wrinkle there. That might be the first one that just the quote unquote general public found out about it and geared up and showed up.
John Q. Public could have been a good name too, but Hung Low sounds
he was really motivating. So shout out to Double Dip, who was the Q for the event out of South Fork, did a great job. Added a burn barrel. It was called Unshackled, and so he added an event midway through the night where you had to bring something that signified something that keeps you shackled, and something that has held you back your life. And we all took turns taking that item or the piece of paper that had that on there and burning that. And
you guys did that at the event?
Yeah, in the event, during the event.
I'm getting chills. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was really, really. It gives me chills right now just thinking about it. How many guys really let?
Was that part of sunrise, or was that in the middle of the night?
No, that was midnight. That was midway through, under the log, coming off of splinters on your neck. It was crazy.
Dude, that's awesome. That's.
Well, I appreciate you calling and joining us to be able to provide some of that insight on the weekend, because that's like what you said. at the beginning, right? Your first one is about you, and you're getting through it. You're basically getting through it all night long and overcoming, your own mental and physical challenges. And then, like you said, your buddies are doing it, so you got to do it with them. And then what you can take from a second one, a third one, and a fourth one is just you keep doubling down on yourself, right? And those around you, and it's an incredible thing to witness.
Yeah. All right, BK, good to talk to you, bro.
All right, thanks,
Peace.
guys.
Hey, go to growruck.com, guys. You want to learn more about it? Growruck.com. Check out the schedule. Find one of those near you. Dude, that's 2 weeks in a row with unplanned calls that have just been stellar.
Yep.
Right? Skipper last week and then Bangkok today. That's good stuff, man. Gosh, we should be so
That's
lucky.
why we want folks to be tracking the show, getting ready to come in the green room. Let's weave you into the program. You are the reason the program exists. So let's do what we can to bring those boys in.
Well said. Brother, are you ready to see some amazing guerrilla marketing tactics from the boys out of Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Guerrilla marketing. Does it hit quick and then go away?
Hits quick, goes away, costs nothing. Look at what these guys did. Because you got chalk laying around your house like I do. You got kids. You got shorties. You got chalk for days.
So much chalk.
So these guys did a big pearls on a string workout, and they just left these little F3 love notes all over the place. Free men's workout, 5:30 Wednesday, 6:30 Saturday. It's the beauty of doing that in the park you're in, right? F3Tulsa.com. So just a huge shout out to those dudes. I think it was Roboto who had shared that. And I just love seeing that, man. Those guys taking the chalk to the pavement.
Because we've done the EH on the fly with quite a few guys in a park or something, but leave a little something behind. I've seen guys in regions actually like print yard signs and stash those around neighborhoods and parks, but the chalk is a much easier and cheaper idea.
I was on the Twitter machine and we got tagged by a guy named Nathan McConnell. And he said, hey, I just wrote an article about going to my first F3 workout. He's got a blog, and the title of the article, which I loved, I infiltrated a group fitness class, was the title of his article.
Infiltrated. You gotta love that.
Pretty good. The name of the blog is One Day Better. You can find it. But I just wanted to read you guys part of what he said because you're going to love it. It said, in the pre-dawn hours, a tribe of men gathers. They don't convene in plush conference rooms or cozy coffee shops. This guy is a heck of a writer. Instead, they congregate in the crisp morning air of a public park. They're members of F3 Nation, a movement that blends sweat, camaraderie, and a quest for personal growth into a unique brand of male bonding. And I join them. He about sums it up pretty perfectly.
Well, can we get him on the payroll? Maybe IJ or somebody needs to contact Frank. Give him a call.
So here's the other part. You can read the whole blog. Go check them out. For me, exercise comes easily. I have a home gym, a desire to be fit, and around 20 years worth of knowledge and experience to lean on. What doesn't come easy is having a close group to share that with. I recently moved to South Carolina, not knowing anyone close by and abandoning what support I had. There's the old saying of you don't know what you have until it's gone. I greatly underestimated the power of community, and filling that void was a true reason behind why I was driving into a public park at a time when I'd have a better chance of seeing a drug addict than a child, right? So that early in the morning. Because F3 extends beyond more physical exertion, it fosters a sense of brotherhood that transcends the boundaries of the workout space, which again, I thought he just about summed it up kind of perfectly there. And they named him K-Cup.
K-Cup?
Welcome K-Cup.
All right.
Coffee fan. So anyways, go check that out. I just thought it was cool. And I love when an outsider joins us and kind of nails it, which is what happened.
Yeah. Again, would be curious how he came to be aware, right? So if he moved to a new state, didn't know anybody, how did it come across his radar? Was he EH'd? Did he see a sign? Did he find it online? What happened?
Either way, we like it. We got a quick break before that, though. Quick reminder, we got Easter rapidly approaching for our Christian brethren. But don't forget, guys, for our Muslim bros, I think those guys are in Ramadan right now.
I think
because
that's right.
We saw our guy Fruit of, who is the son to Loom, which is one of the best father-son name combos of all time. Right, we got our man Loom. A staple here in F3 Carpex. His son, who's over in Raleigh, because he's a Raleigh guy, goes by Fruit of. And he was inviting all the local guys to join him at the Islamic Center of Cary for an iftar dinner on March 21st. But what was really neat is it just drives home, right? Open to all men, what kind of culture we're instilling. I went to my very first iftar dinner at Loom's house. It's probably 4 years ago at this point.
I remember that. He had several guys over.
It was really cool. Really
like
eye-opening.
when they broke the fast. Was that
really eye-opening? Yeah. Really eye-opening from a sense of, oh, I've sat around a table just like this and had a meal, right? Very similar in that sort of sense, which was really neat. Hey, There's K-Cup watching right now. K-Cup, you can comment. How'd you get out there? We're going to take a break. When we come back, throw another comment on YouTube. Let us know who got you out there. We'll share that when we come right back. Let's take a quick commercial. We'll come back with that update.
1 week after launching our exclusive sneak peek, NGBN TV was live for 3 days of continuous coverage from Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas.
NGBN TV is live from Las Vegas for Super Bowl 58.
The one-of-a-kind streaming TV network for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s was the conversation for the big game about men's mental health. And the world of athletes, celebrities, and influencers were on notice. But we're just getting started with new partnerships announced like the Team Nike 3-on-3 Championship and new platforms available to download the NGBN TV app. So, what are you waiting for? Download the app today from your favorite streaming device or check us out at ngbn.tv. This is NGBN TV.
Are you searching for connection? Do you struggle with loneliness? There is hope. We are F3, Fitness, Fellowship, Faith. Our mission is to plant, grow, and serve small workout groups for men for the invigoration of male community leadership. We have 5 core principles.
Free of charge, open to all men, held outdoors, rain or shine, peer led, and it ends in a circle of trust.
Go to f3nation.com.
You're watching the exclusive sneak peek of NGBN TV. Like never before, streaming content for men is now available, with more to come. Join us on this journey as we introduce you to content creators and shows that are here to inspire, educate, entertain, celebrate, and support men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. We can't do this without you, so please enjoy this sneak peek, but also share it with your friends and family, and help us connect with companies, organizations, brands, or nonprofits who align with our mission to save men's lives. This is the NGBN TV Sneak Peek.
Welcome to F3, Fitness, Fellowship, and Faith, where men come together for something more than just a workout. Our core principles define us: free of charge, open to all men, held outdoors, peer-led, and end in a circle of trust. Whether you want to run, lift heavy things, or focus on bodyweight exercises, F3 has over 4,000 workouts available worldwide. Join us, experience the camaraderie, the challenge, and the transformation of F3, where men can get right so that they can lead right.
Exchanging YouTube messages with our man K-Cup as we're at the break.
Are you live? Are you live communicating?
So we're just going back and forth. He said, I wish I had a better story. It's just an extensive Google search that landed me on the F3 homepage. Took a chance as an FNG. Guys, listen, man, if you don't believe that something's intervening in these men's lives to get a guy to drive from Anaheim up to where they had the GT without never been to an F3 workout before, taking a chance.
Was this K-Cup or was this?
No, but I'm just saying, I'm giving the example. No,
okay.
K-Cup is saying, nobody invited me. I just did a Google search, extensive Google search. I found F3 and I went to a workout. I wrote this amazing article about it.
Yeah, the blog, yeah.
Like,
well, I would argue too that somebody like Hung Lo who found it and went up to the GTE, and then somebody like K-Cup who found it and is now writing about it.
Yeah.
Those are going to be your quintessential best emotional headlockers, EHers in a region.
Love it.
Right?
Love it.
Love it. Thanks for tuning into the show.
Love it. I love it more. Hey, we got 2 more things to get to before we wrap up this amazing show. Got about 10 minutes left in the program. Of course, we got our man Bones with the Hunt for Wellness. You also have a great quote with Torpedo for us. Got to give a shout out to Bones, to Italian Job, and to Tommy Boy, 3 of the other hosts of the F3 programs. Bones is back better than ever in 2024. What you're seeing through his short hits here, I think he's starting to extend out into his Hunt for Wellness show. Excited to see more from him in the coming weeks. And then always, boy, the guys at Stuff Worth Trying, IJ, Tommy Boy, just stalwarts, ham among hams.
That's right.
You know, putting out great work. So go check those guys out. Our show, Stuff We're Trying, all those shows are airing on NGBN. Bones coming in the mix soon, but everything also lives on the F3 YouTube channel. right Facebook pages. You can go see all that stuff as well. And
That's
this
right.
man trying to share this thing, right? Trying to share the good news.
Well, it takes what is it? Rising tide lifts all boats.
Takes a
something
village.
Like that.
Yep, takes a village.
So, takes a village.
Takes a village in Pizza Parlor. Hunt for Wellness. Last week it was the power of naps, which we're both fans of.
Yeah. Put that into practice more than once this weekend.
Listen, somebody tried to schedule a meeting with me. I said, I'm sorry, I take after lunch naps now. You can take it up with Dr. Hunt.
Siesta.
Cram it up your cram hole, the floors. This week he's talking about the power. Do you love the sun? I love the sun. You love sunlight?
Sometimes my neighbors catch me standing in the driveway just staring at it for hours.
I was going to say something really gross, and I've decided not to.
Well,
because there's some things you can sun that I don't think your neighbors are going to watch.
Well, that takes, I know what you're referring to.
You don't have that kind of flexibility. You don't have that kind of flexibility.
I do. One, two, but I don't live in California, so I don't do that.
Right.
Where it's very popular.
Fair.
And you can only do it in short spurts, or you're really going to put yourself in a bad way for a few days.
Bad way, big time. Anywho, we've totally butchered the lead in. Bones, we apologize from the bottom of our hearts as you deliver this important message about the power of sunlight.
Hello, COT. It's another great day for wellness. This is Bones with a health tip for the PAX of F3 Nation. PAX for many of you last weekend was the start of daylight savings. Yes, that wonderful time of year when an hour of good quality sleep is ripped away from you overnight, making posting in the gloom that much more difficult. And although there is debate on whether we need to continue to implement daylight savings, all sides agree that it is nice to see the sunlight more hours of the day. Sunlight has many health-promoting benefits, including the production of vitamin D, improving mood, better sleep, and even longer life. Sunlight builds the immune system. When exposed to sunlight, the body makes vitamin D to support proper functioning of the T cells that contribute to immune defenses. A strong immune system defends the body against foreign invading organisms. Vitamin D modulates the innate and adaptive immune responses, decreasing the susceptibility to autoimmune diseases and infections like the common cold. Exposure to natural daylight helps maintain your sleep-wake cycle. The circadian rhythm is a 24-hour cycle that dictates how much energy you have during the day and how well you fall asleep. Bright daylight exposure triggers cortisol during the day for energy while sending signals to your pineal gland to suppress melatonin. As daylight decreases, melatonin will increase, causing you to feel drowsy and prepare you for sleep. Regular sunlight exposure can help lessen stress and fight off mild depression. Sunlight naturally increases serotonin, a neurotransmitter that regulates appetite, sleep, memory, and mood. And best of all, sunlight has been linked to a longer life. Research has shown that sunlight can reduce blood pressure, lower cholesterol, and even fight cancer. So PAX, get out and enjoy the sunshine today. It'll help you feel great and provide amazing health benefits as well. Kitty and Repeato, I know you boys aren't afraid to go out and soak up the sun. Keep up the good work, man. This has been Bones guiding the PAX of F3 Nation on their hunt for wellness. Gotta go.
We got plenty of it today. We're chock full of it. Chock full of it.
Abundance, some might say.
A sun abundance.
I like all the stock images he's got going on.
Dude, he's killing it. He's killing it. He's killing the game on those videos. Good. I don't know if he's got some minions putting those together.
I don't know. I was thinking the same thing. In the beginning, beside the hombre doing pull-ups with the massive lats or the guy sprinting over the bridge, the best part about that beginning, which I know you're going to love too, is the guy cooking. And where's he got the towel? It's right there.
Shoulder towel.
It's the only place it goes.
Do you not have a shoulder towel when you're cooking? What are you doing?
Yeah.
If you're not double clicking your tongs and shoulder towel, I don't want any partying.
That's right.
Can we put up back Gus's comment here a moment ago about coffee? Pop that back up there, Maxwell. I'll never forgive Bones for telling me to stop drinking coffee. I don't remember that episode, Gus. I remember Bones telling us not to drink coffee until we've been awake for 90 minutes.
Yeah. To give it up altogether? I don't know that I recall that either. Counselor, Gus, gonna need.
Then again, yes, you're right. I don't need to get into some sort of legal.
Gonna need you to cite that legal opinion there.
While he pulls that up out of the legal archives, why don't you pull for us the quote with Rapido? We got about 5 minutes of the show.
This might be one of the shortest quotes ever, but it's got quite the long lead in.
Sure does.
So long story short, I didn't put the connection together earlier when we were talking to Ian, and I should have, because we started the show sort of talking about old school television. And this week's quote with Rapido is from a guy named Augustus McCrae. Do you know who Augustus McCrae is?
No idea.
You have no idea. No, because it's a character on a TV show.
Okay.
And that TV show was Lonesome Dove.
Oh, I have heard of Lonesome Dove.
Yeah, it was a very, very popular, famous, well-watched show. I think my parents watched it probably. I don't know that I remember ever seeing it. But I stumbled across a Art of Manliness post, I believe is where I stole this from last week or earlier this week. And the quote this week is just very simple of get on your horse and kick.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Get on your
horse and kick.
Okay.
And so the backstory on this quote from Augustus McCrae is he is what they describe as the sage cowboy.
Okay.
On the prairie. And they're doing a
Don't
cattle
say
drive.
a lot, brother, but when you do, it's to the point, and I respect you for it. Kind of style. Yeah.
They're on a cattle drive, and something happens. They get in the water, but there's a bunch of water moccasins, and a younger younger kid on the show is off the horse. He gets bit a bunch of times, and they end up he dies, and they have to do a shallow grave and a quick ceremony, and because they got to keep the cattle moving. They got to keep the drive moving.
Keep moving.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the older brother of the kid that passed is obviously distraught. He's struggling and all that. And Augustus sums it up with, if we were in town, he would have all the proper burial he would ever need or ever would, we would do for him what we would do for everybody. Right. But we're out here. The best thing you can do right now, given the totality of the circumstances, is get on your horse and kick. So get back up and keep moving. And so while that is an extreme example of why, the quote came to be from Augustus with like the loss of someone, I thought it prudent to talk about here. And we are faced with all kinds of things all the time that want to pull us down, whether perceived or realized. And so when push comes to shove, what are you going to do to yourself to get back on your horse and kick? When things are falling all around you, in your family, in your home, in your workplace, in your F3 region, your community, how can you be that example to get back on your horse and kick?
Yeah.
And similar adages about, get back on the horse or whatever, but I like the notion of get back on your horse.
I like the kick part because the kick means I can get back on my horse and just sit there. I could still be paralyzed by the next decision, the next obstacle in life. The kick is an accelerant.
Right.
That's why you like the kick. That's why I like
move forward, right? If you're not accelerating, you're decelerating by default, right?
Yep.
And how do you think about what's going on in a different light? And you can't do that sitting and standing and wallowing in your own self-pity. Get back on your horse and kick, get back after it. So it's cool. I thought it was interesting. I usually like to do real people with real quotes, but
no, I like
Augustus McCrae sounds like somebody I'd like to get to know.
Augustus McCrae sounds like a guy I'd like to sit around a campfire with.
That's right.
My family's going to rue the day that you deliver this quote to me, because I'm going to be yelling this around the house. In those, get on a horse and kick. We gotta it's true, man. It's a good one though, and you're right. Like in the context of that show quote, it makes a ton of sense. But in the context of your life too, things get stacked up. And
we've got Gus chiming in with receipts.
Oh boy, look at this.
November 23, I replied to a tweet from an X account that no longer exists. Oh, well, likely.
Oh, so this is all just
is this
hearsay,
the guy who told me to stop drinking?
Ipso facto.
Hearsay. It is contemporaneous evidence that I, Gus, believe most.
Oh man, what a show! Quick recap.
That was great.
Quick recap. Divine Providence on 2 phone calls. Outstanding information about what we're doing with NGBN to save a life, ngbn.tv/save a life. We get to hear from some amazing guys, and we make new friends with guys we never met before.
I'd say that's a pretty solid hour of content here.
Minus the power surge, it was damn near a perfect show.
Yeah, but the power surge, as I am understanding it now, was well worth the freeze frame of my mug that
You're going
hopefully nobody screen grabs and
yeah,
uses
we sat in it for a second. That was the beauty of it. I said, don't move that now.
Don't Fat Max, do not remove him from the screen.
Bro, have a great rest of your day.
You too, man. When am I going to see you? I don't feel like we're 6 miles apart, not even, and I haven't seen you in like a week and a half.
Hopefully soon enough.
All right.
I'll tell you where I'm going to be tomorrow morning. Love you, bro. To the Men of F3 Nation.
Love you too.
We love you. The nation loves you. Go out there, keep getting after it. Have a great week. We will see you next week on the Circle of Trust.
This has been the Circle of Trust. Whether you're watching on NGBN TV or across the F3 Nation platforms, be sure to rate, review, and share our show. And download the NGBN TV app today on your favorite streaming device.
I'm Brian Jodas, 42. Hello, Kitty.
And I'm Jamie Roseborough, 40. Repeato.
And this has been the Circle of Trust.